NBC27 Digital Now Center. This is Beyond the Forecast with your most accurate local meteorologists.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is meteorologist Dan Tomaso. Not much has changed since I joined you yesterday on Beyond the Forecast, which is a great thing because the weather has been so pleasant, so user-friendly. I love using that term for this time of the year because it's just enjoyable to be outside. And on top of what we had yesterday, we had some cooler air, some lower humidity. There was a noticeable breeze out of the west and northwest. However, today we're seeing less of that, so that's one noticeable change. But this flow from the northwest continues, and this is going to be the dominant weather pattern here for quite some time. So as long as we see this, the air is relatively dry, whereas last week, the major difference was last week's weather was mostly coming out of the east. So when we see more of an easterly flow, that tends to be more of the cool and dry variety. So again, rather than this east flow that was coming in last week, the west flow is more favorable for comfortable weather, and certainly we've had plenty of that. Wrightsville, we just lost that view. I wanted to show the gorgeous view from the John Wright restaurant, but E-Town here, very similar, puffy passing clouds, plenty of blue sky. Also in Manheim, looking virtually the same. We've seen this picture throughout the late morning into the afternoon, the heating of the day helping to produce some cloud cover, and that may keep some areas cooler. But when the sun is breaking through, obviously we're still into the middle and upper 70s. Elliotsburg at 77, Lewistown at 74, winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour, but not as strong as yesterday. Officially, it looks like we're sitting at 76 in Harrisburg, 75 in Chambersburg, up to 80 in Washington, D.C. But man, yesterday we hit the low 80s. That was a bit of a overdoing it, overachieving, if you will. But in terms of what we see today, the cooler air is winning out. And again, the wind may be a little bit less, but it's still out of the west and northwest for the most part. The almanac for yesterday shows that high of 82 degrees. It really was the strong sunshine that made the difference. It kind of won the battle over the cool air moving in. But now this cool air is settling through the region. So our evening planner, again, very comfortable. Find a reason to be outside. Temperatures in the low 70s. Dropping into the 60s and eventually the 50s overnight. I do think the coldest locations could even be in the upper 40s. So our sheltered valley locations, as the winds die off later tonight through tomorrow morning, could easily be into the 40s. So again, a light shower or two possible to our north. It is just not the type of pattern where we see widespread chances for showers here locally. There may be a quick cloud burst in spots. That would be about all. So maybe the taller clouds in the area help produce a quick moving shower, but that would be a couple hundredths of an inch of rain, and then it moves on. Heading into tonight and tomorrow, relatively dry, but again, tomorrow afternoon, as some of those clouds bubble up, you may see some darker clouds, perhaps a quick downburst of shower activity, but I really don't expect anything that's going to be a game changer in the rainfall department. This is a relatively dry pattern, as I've repeated several times, and so the next chance of rain comes Thursday night into Friday. But as I've cautioned throughout this week, it's not going to provide a lot of moisture. So again, do not bank on rainfall in that forecast. Over the next 3 days, it gets cooler into Wednesday, low to mid 70s, passing clouds, 77 for Thursday. And then looking ahead in the 7-day forecast, we could see that temperatures eventually rebound close to 80 degrees for Labor Day itself. But man, what a Labor Day weekend. Pleasant with sunshine. And really the only additional clouds we get is Thursday into Friday with that front, but not much of a cool down. It does get cool in the mornings if you're heading up to Penn State to tailgate Saturday morning. It's going to be pretty chilly in Happy Valley, I think, even locally in central Pennsylvania, more 40s and low 50s. Same thing goes for Sunday. Monday, again, a nice day to kind of extend out the weekend into the unofficial end of summer. We'll have more beyond the forecast here throughout the week, but I think you're getting the general idea. This weather is very, very nice. Find a way to go out and enjoy it. Take care, everybody.